Welcome everybody in our today's translational longevity series of CellTalk. Today, Dr. Yogita Das will present. Today's title is Physical and Mental Stress. Does it affect lifespan? Dr. Yogita Das is a clinical content writer at Renix. She is responsible for writing scientific content and clinical white papers on healthcare related topics with the main focus on oncology and immunology. Yogita has a doctoral degree in life sciences from Symbiosis International, Pune, and her research work focuses on diabetes and vitamin D. At Renix, she has gained experience in scientific writing. So now I welcome Jogita for her presentations.
Thank you, Nupur, for nice introduction. So, as a part of transnational longevity series, today we will be discussing about the impact of physical and mental stress on the lifespan. So, I have selected these 5 articles. Those who investigated the effect of physical and mental stress on the lifespan and the longevity of individuals. What is physical stress? Physical stress, it is the stress that affects your body, which can lead to the undesirable changes in your body. And in more scientific terms, physical stress is defined as predictable response of tissues, organs, and systems to mechanical and physiological stressors or the triggers. And these stressors or triggers can lead to the undesirable impact or undesirable effect on the body. So, if there is chronic stress, that means stress for an extended period of time, then it can trigger the release of excessive release of stress hormones like cortisol. If body is exposed to high level of cortisol for an extended period of time, then this can lead to the increased blood pressure, heart rate, and the blood sugar level. This subsequently lead to the development of many age-related diseases and disorder like hypertension, various cardiovascular complications, diabetes, hormonal imbalances, and other chronic illnesses, which ultimately have impact on the lifespan of individual. Physical stress also exert its impact on the impact at cellular level. It can cause cellular damage as stressful conditions in the human body can induce the excessive production of free radicals, which leads to the exertion of the oxidative stress. Free radicals are the harmful molecules that damage the cells, proteins, and the DNA, and which further accelerate the biological aging process. Also, physical stress have impact on the immune system. It can weaken the immune system, making body more susceptible to the infection and diseases. Also, if there is chronic physical stress, the person can feel demotivated, lethargic, with less energy, which reduces the physical activity of that person, which is the major crucial factor for the overall well-being of individual and the longevity of individuals. So coming to the mental stress, it is a state of emotional or psychological strain that results from the challenging or the difficult situation that the person is facing or the person has faced. And mental stress arises from various sources, including work stress, personal life challenges or the difficult situation, or some other environmental factors. So mental stress also encompasses the emotional and cognitive responses to external pressures, demands, uncertainties, often leading to the feeling of tension, anxiety, despair, discomfort, or depressive symptoms. So what is the impact of mental stress on the overall body, or we can say the overall mental well-being of a person? If there is chronic mental stress, it can lead to the mental health issues, including depression, anxiety, feeling unhappy, loneliness, despair, depression, and other mental health disorders. In some cases, there may be the development of some mental health disorders like the bipolar disorder and etc. Also, because of the mental stress, person is unable to have a good and sound sleep. The sleep pattern of the persons get disrupted, and the good and sound sleep, it is essential for the mental and physical recovery. And if there is chronic sleep deprivation, which can further exaggerate the stress level of that person, Also, because of the mental stress, a person can have poor health choices, or stress can lead to the unhealthy coping mechanisms like smoking, excessive consumptions of the alcohol, and unhealthy eating habits. Physical stress and the mental stress essentially are the two sides of the same coin. If there is physical stress, it can have impact on the mental well-being of person and vice versa. There are various studies that have investigated the effect of physical stress and mental stress on the biological aging process, longevity, health span, and the lifespan of individual. Here in this study, researchers have studied the impact of adverse childhood experiences on the biological aging of individuals. And here they have considered various adverse childhood experiences, including if the person has faced any type of the abuse during childhood, like physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, or other any other adverse conditions that person has faced, like neglect, or the witnessing any type of the physical violence, parental death, parental divorce or separation, or the severe mental illness of any family members. So these all are the listed as the adverse childhood experiences. And in this study, researchers have studied the impact of these ACEs on the biological aging process of the individuals. And here they have highlighted that ACs significantly contribute to the accelerated biological aging process. In another study, they have studied the impact of emotional regulation on the biological aging. Here they have used Grim age as an indicator of aging. Grim age. It is an epigenetic clock which determines the person's age on the basis of DNA methylation pattern. Here they have calculated the biological age of persons on the basis of Green age, and they have studied the Green age acceleration process on the basis of uh, emotional regulation and the stress condition. And here they have found that individuals with stronger emotional control or good emotional regulation, they have less Green age acceleration as compared to the individuals with poor emotional regulation under the stress condition. In addition, some researchers have investigated the impact of psychological stress on the longevity factor, that is klotho. Klotho, it is one of the longevity hormone which is responsible for the longevity of individuals. So here they have collected the data from young women. Those are caregivers to their children suffering from the autism spectrum disorder. And here they have collected data from the women with high stress and the low stress. And they have observed that the women who are under high stress, chronic high stress, they have a higher age related decline in the klotho level. And here so this can indicate that if the person it is in chronic high stress condition, then it can have impact on the various factors that are responsible for the longevity. Here is another major factor that can have impact on the aging, that is work stress or the work related pressures. If the person is continuously facing the work stress or work related pressure, then there is increased engagement of that person in the unhealthy coping mechanisms like smoking, drinking, unhealthy eating habits. Also, there is reduced health promoting behaviors. Work related pressure can have negative impact on the sleep pattern of that person, physical activity levels, and the eating habits. Also, work stress can contribute to the chronic inflammation, and chronic inflammation is linked to the various age related disorders which can accelerate the overall aging process. Also, if person is continuously in the work related stress, he can and that work related stress can have impact on the mental health issues as well. This can lead to the risk of depression, anxiety, frustration, and other mental health problems as well. So these all problems can indirectly have impact on the longevity through various ways, like there is reduction in the motivation for the self care. Also, some studies have highlighted that psychological factors like unhappiness or feeling unhappy or being lonely add up to 1.65 years to one's biological age. So this indicates that if person it is in the negative emotions that can accelerate the biological aging process of that person in comparison to the chronological age. So such psychological components should not be ignored in the aging studies because it has significant impact on the biological aging process. So after discussing the impact of physical and mental stress on longevity process, here we come to the conclusion. What is the effect of stress on longevity? It depends on the individual factors like the genetics of individual, lifestyle habits, overall well-being of that person, coping mechanisms, resilience, and the social support system of that individual. So there is need for the multidimensional approach to manage the stress of the individuals and to promote the longevity. So if the person is facing any type of the chronic stress or the stress related health problems, then the person can have regular medical checkups and can seek the professional help. So thank you so much for your patience, listening, your time. And if you have any query, you can find me at yogita@trainix.org.
Thanks, Jogita, for your nice presentation. It was very good and informative. So the forum is open for questions. No, I don't find any question from the audience. I have a question. How much this stress is related to the age of the person? That is, whether it affects more to the younger people or the older people.
Okay. Actually, I have listed the studies, and they have studied the impact of stress in the wide age group. If there is exposure of the person with the physical or mental trauma during the childhood, it can have impact on the biological aging process, the throughout biological aging process, their reproductive development, and also their adulthood as well. Also, some studies have studied the impact of this um, physical stress, or we can say mental stress. And in one study, they have studied the impact of the care on the young woman with the care. Those are caregivers to their child. If the woman's continuously under high stress, then there is acceleration of the aging. So we can say that if there is exposure of the any type of this trigger or the stressors at childhood or at the younger age, then there is acceleration of the biological aging process throughout their lifespan.
Thanks, Jogita. Vijay has a question. Are there any aging process pathways that get set off due to stress?
Actually, there is one study, in that study, they have highlighted the role of klotho level, the longevity hormone. But as such, the studies have not studied any type of the specific pathway that are related to the aging process.
Okay. Thank you, Jogita. I don't find any other question. So thanks again to you for your presentation, and thank you everybody for joining with us. Thanks.